Hi guys, today we're going to be making a banana pudding cake. This is actually a remake of my very first YouTube video and also the most popular video on my page. So I decided to redo it because it was my first video, so there was a lot of criticism and feedback. So, because it wasn't a very good video looking back on it. So I just decided to remake it because it was a very popular video. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. In a medium-sized bowl, you want to add your cake flour, baking powder, baking soda, and your salt, and then you want to give this a whisk. Also, if the hands look very small, I'm having my little sisters help me make this cake, in case you're wondering. But now we're going to move to the wet ingredients. You're going to add your butter, your sugar, and you're going to cream this together until it's nice and combined. Now you're going to add your egg and egg whites along with your vanilla extract, and you want to mix this until it's combined, and it will kind of have a bit of a curdled look to it, but that is normal. Now you're going to add half of your dry mixture to your wet and give this a good mix. Now you're going to add half of your buttermilk to this, and if you don't have buttermilk at home, you can make some with either some whole milk or almond milk like I'm using. Just measure out what's needed for the recipe and then add either a tablespoon of vinegar or a tablespoon of lemon juice. And now we're just going to repeat the same steps with our remaining flour and our remaining milk, and then our batter is done. And personally, I am using 2 tall 8-inch pans, and I grease them down with some Baker's Joy. And once you have your batter in your pans, you want to put this in the oven at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. And this is what your cake is going to look like once it's all done and cooled out the oven. And now we're going to make our filling. So you want to start by creaming your softened cream cheese into a mixer. And also, I accidentally have this portion in portrait mode because I was also filming TikToks while my cake was in the oven. So I got a little confused, but I fixed it later on. But once you have your cream cheese mixed, you're going to add your heavy cream. And I just added a little bit at first, and then you can just go ahead and pour all of that in there. This recipe also does ask for powdered sugar, but I actually didn't have any. But actually, now that I've ate the cake and stuff, I feel like it didn't need it at all, considering, you have the sweetness from the cookies, the vanilla wafers, and the actual cake icing. So honestly, an optional step. It just depends up to what kind of sweetness level you like, but it's not a necessary step. But once you have your heavy cream in there, you're going to add your banana cream jello, and you're going to add that whole package in there. And you're going to give this a mix. And I have this at full-time mode so you guys can see and watch this thicken up. It thickens up very quickly. If you guys watch the first banana pudding cake I made, I literally just used straight up pudding and it was a whole mess. This is now my favorite way to make fillings. You can literally change the banana cream flavor for any other Jello brand pudding mix. Like they have coconut, they have cookies and cream, like it's literally endless. So I love this method. But once your filling is done, we can go on to making the cake. And also, you can change the consistency of the filling by adding more heavy cream or adding more powdered sugar to it. It's totally up to you on how you prefer it. But for the cake layers, I just cut the dome off top so it's flat, and then I cut each layer in half. So in total, I have 4 cake layers. And I'm using vanilla buttercream. I'm using the Brill brand. I don't think you can really find it in grocery stores. It comes in like a very huge bucket from what I've seen. I'm sure most of you probably won't use that. But if you do want to make your own buttercream at home, I will have that recipe linked in the description so you guys can make it at home. Super easy. I've made it tons of times. I just don't really care. It doesn't really make much of a difference for me. I don't care about the taste of pre-made buttercream, but obviously homemade does taste better, but it's just totally up to you on what you want to do. So I created a little well with the icing, and then I added my filling, and then I crushed up some vanilla wafers, and I added some sliced bananas on top of this, and I just repeated the steps until the cake was completely filled. And now that I have the cake filled, I'm going to go ahead and start decorating it now. And you guys can decorate this however you want. There's tons of banana pudding cakes on Pinterest you can get inspo from if you don't want to do it the way that I decorated mine. It's up to you. Doesn't matter. But this is just the way I did mine. So yeah. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut this open. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I love this vanilla cake recipe just in general. If you guys don't want to use it for banana pudding cake, I definitely recommend it for whatever you want to use it for in the future. I've used it for years now. It's literally my favorite. Super soft, super moist. Definitely make sure you're using cake flour and not regular all-purpose flour because that makes a difference. But as you can see, the cake is super moist. You can see the filling. Very delicious. 10 out of 10. Literally wouldn't change anything about it. Hopefully this video is better for you guys who've seen the first one. Definitely an upgrade. Measurements will be in the description. Make sure you guys check out my socials, and I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye guys.